Hello and welcome to another episode of Messy Magic. Thank you so much for joining me today. I'm your host, Dee Guy, and I wanted to record an episode about an issue that's been on my mind over the past few days. It's currently the 25th of November in Australia as I'm recording this, which means it's Thanksgiving in the US and where it's celebrated, in those homes where it's celebrated. And it also means that it's Black Friday here in Australia and we're coming into cyber sale weekend where everything seems to be on sale and everywhere you look there are discounts. And if you know me, you know that I am a very conscious shopper. I'm an intentional decision maker. I put a lot of research and thought into a lot of purchases that I make, and I make a lot of decisions based on what I think is best for the planet. And if you're anything like me, making purchase decisions can be laboursome. And if you're not like me, then maybe you make purchase decisions that are quick. Sometimes I wish I was like that. But this time of year, coming into holiday season, coming up to Christmas, can be a very messy time of year. And, you know, the theme of this podcast is all about the messiness of life and the magic that lies within. And one of the challenges that I'm navigating at the moment, I guess, is the ethics of Black Friday. And I'm seeing a lot of messages about, not buying on Black Friday, during the sales, and sort of guilt and shaming messages. And as much as I personally agree that, non-conscious decisions and quick purchases for the sake of saving money are not always the best answer, I also want to offer the perspective that Black Friday and Cyber Monday and these massive sales are not evil, which could be surprising coming from me, or even, coming from someone who considers themselves to be an ethical shopper. And even a minimalist. I've been into minimalism for a number of years, and it's something that as a family we try our best to embody, quite often not very successfully. We have a 4-year-old, but yeah, it is a lifestyle that we aspire to because we want to be mindful, we want to be sustainable, and so it might be surprising to hear me say that Black Friday is not evil, but what I want to offer is the perspective that I think Black Friday actually, and the sales around this weekend and at this time of year, offer an opportunity to make mindful purchases at a lower price. And that's how I'm seeing it. Like, I've actually made quite a few purchases this week, which is why this issue is touching me and why I'm thinking about it a bit more and why I wanted to offer you this perspective, because the things that I've bought this week are all things that I either have been eyeing off for a while and the sale was just enough to tip me over the edge, or things that I, again, have had my eye on but maybe haven't been able to afford or hasn't been in my price range. Or in some cases, it's a sale that came across my vision that I wasn't expecting and wasn't really planning to purchase, but is something I would have bought anyway. And the thing I'm thinking about at the moment is Audible, because I have an Audible subscription which costs, I think, $17 a month. And they're having a sale this weekend for $120 for the year. So it comes down to about $10 a month. So for something that I intend to continue buying for the next year, that saving is a no-brainer. if I've got the cash in the bank. The other things I've bought have been like a piece of artwork that I've been wanting for my wall, and it's on sale. It also comes from a sustainable supplier, and it's made to order. I've just bought some swimwear as well that, again, I need and have been wanting, and they're having a 30% off sale at the moment. Coming into summer, it's a perfect time for me, and they're like a sustainable swimwear brand, and it's all made in Australia. It's actually made to order as well, so there's no mass production or waste. And a few other bits and pieces like that I am not ashamed to say that I've taken advantage of the sales. So if you have been seeing the sales and you're feeling guilty about shopping, or you're second guessing whether it's the right thing to do, maybe that's the right way to think, and maybe it is time to think twice about whether that purchase is the right thing for you and for the planet. But maybe it's also okay, like if you're making the purchase because it's on sale, but also because of other intentional, ethical and conscious reasons. I think there's nothing wrong with that. And I think that, there's a lot of different messages around at the moment, and I think it's an interesting discussion. And I certainly think that as a general rule, Western culture consumes way too much, and I think sales definitely contribute to that issue, especially at this time of year when we often find ourselves buying presents for the sake of buying them rather than being really intentional about what we're gifting our friends and family at this time of year. But I also just wanted to offer the alternative perspective that there is a different way of thinking about it, provided that you are putting intention into your purchases. So I hope this makes sense. I know it's a little bit rambling. I didn't really put a lot of planning into this episode. I just wanted to chat about it, to talk about my thoughts on the issue, and I hope that it's helpful for anyone who might be feeling conflicted at this time of year about making purchases. And if you'd love to chat about it further, you can always email me. I'm at hello@messymagic.co. I'd love to hear from you. I know I've got a few new listeners at the moment, so if this is one of your first episodes, then welcome, and thank you so much for listening. Your support means a lot to me. And again, this podcast is really meant to be just a very real snapshot into my real life. It's not about pretending anything. It's not about, it's not even at this stage about interviews or really much in particular. It's really just about sharing what's on my heart with you each day, and about sharing the messiness of my life, but also my perspective that I believe that there's magic within the mess of our everyday lives. So I hope that this resonates on some level. Thank you so much for being here once again. I'll be talking to you again soon, and in the meantime, I hope you have a magical day.